What's good? What's good? YouTube, what's happening with it, man? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Ghost Man. Uh, Please like, share, subscribe to you guys, man. Support the cause, man. Anybody wishing to donate to the cause, the cash app is right there on the ticker. Appreciate all contributions, man. But the basis of this conversation, man, is pretty much to talk about, the present state of dialogue on back. I'm about to change my headset to make sure that hold on, give me 1 second. So let's see. So back at it. So dialogue on this chat right here, man, is to discuss the state of being, man. I post a link in the chat just in case anybody want to pull up and speak on the topic at hand. Feel free to do so. Just understand that respect is mandatory. Disrespect will get your ass kicked all the way up out of here. And I was on my partner Mac Mean this panel earlier, and we was talking about the state of racist comments made by Charleston White and the issue between him and Mac Mean. Well, it's like this, right? You have racism or racist tendencies. You have prejudice tendencies. You have ignorance. A lot of people say a lot of racist shit. You hear a lot of racist shit whenever you speak ill of someone else's race, or belittle another person's race or, creed or ethnicity. That is racism. Now racism, prejudice, those are two titles. The problem that I have with some of our content creators here is that we try to cut corners and cherry pick and penny pinch off what's racist and what's not. You know what I mean? Racism, and is not just about an economic issue. You know what I mean? It's not just about saying or doing something a racist act. It's the combination of one or all of those acts that demonstrate racism. Same thing with prejudice. You know what I'm saying? I might not like cats because I don't like the way they shed their hair. You know what I'm saying? So I buy, that's one act. That's the thought. You know what I mean? My wife or my kid may want a pet, but I choose to get a dog, even though I know they might like cats, and I got a dog over a cat because I don't like cats. That's prejudice in actions. But you know what I mean? That's discrimination. That's prejudice discrimination. It all falls under the very same thing, right? But ignorance is when I see someone of a particular race is doing or saying something that's belittling or demeaning to my race, and I say, you know what, and I take with that person or that group of people and say, you know what, man, that whole fucking race, man, is full of shit. That ain't racism or prejudice. That's ignorance. Because what I'm ignorant of is that while that particular group or that person may have said or did something that was absolutely racist, it doesn't speak for the entire race of the people. You know what I'm saying? You know, it took me years to come to this understanding. It just took growing up because I'm a person who grew up hating a particular. I grew up hating white people, or even at times even other races, not just whites. You know what I mean? But it took my mind to evolve out of just from the hatred of a people to just particular individuals. It took evolution, man. And in the topics of today, we hear people talking about black people can't be racist because of what has happened to us. I think that's ignorant. I think that's an ignorant notion because everyone has, like I said this of myself earlier. I said I've been a combination of all of those things: racist, prejudice, and ignorant. And I describe why. You know what I'm saying? When you feel like you can only be one or the other and all of that, and when you got to understand what each one of these things mean. See, people tend to get too technical. They want to hold everybody else to this technical standard or notion, but yet they want to be judged with the most fierce and sensible standards and notions. You know what I'm saying? That is just unreal. Charleston White is the very ignorant individual with very prejudicial and racist tendencies, man. Period. But the thing about it, I heard it said earlier. Oh, if motherfuckers just talking over the internet, you know what I'm saying? It ain't prejudice or racist. When did we start doing that? When did we start doing that? You know what I'm saying? Ever since we've been coming up, man, and we hear somebody get over on the TV and say something prejudice or racist, man, you know what I'm saying? We up in the air, we up in rage about it. Most of the racist shit that we have been affected by has not particularly been about shit that particularly happened in front of us. It's been based on shit that we probably didn't seen on TV or heard somebody say on TV or over the radio or something like that. So if we can consider that racist at that time, why can't what somebody say on YouTube to be racist or prejudiced just because they simply trying to get clickbait? It don't matter if they trying to get clickbait or what their intent is. If you say or something racist or prejudiced and it falls under that, it don't matter what your intent is. It matters what's actual. See, y'all going into the point of whether it should be a penalty for it. With the penalty for these actions and these deeds is a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother area. But the action themselves is what it is. Call a spade, and stop splitting heads and cutting corners. Then the people can respect it a lot more, and people will be a lot more um enlightened by the things that's going on. You know what I'm saying? People can understand our reactions to today's topics a little bit more, man. You know what I'm saying? They can be accepted and digested a little bit more. The dialogue can go a little bit more fluidly. We gotta start getting more sensible. Things don't are never one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? There's gray areas and everything, and there's exceptions to everything. Just like it's an exception or gray area to you or something. Yeah, I mean, there is, I mean, some things in life there is no gray areas, but we know what those things are. But when it comes to racism, prejudice, you know what I mean? We got to remember that in the midst of all of that is ignorance. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible for someone to really intelligently hate. Sometimes hatred can be justified. Someone oppressing you can still hate because you hate being oppressed. You hate that your family being murdered or killed off or constantly being passed up for promotion or evicted because of their skin color or for uh whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? These things, yeah, it can instill hate, but hatred towards that people or that group of people. You know what I'm saying? A person cannot intelligently hate an entire race of people when you don't know that entire race of people. I mentioned this on multiple occasions in recent times that if we took every individual that we have personally met in our lives, every person that we have personally met, if we was to really take a tally of every individual, it probably wouldn't even amount to an entire neighborhood or a city. But yet we can say that an entire race of people. It's just like when you hear black women say, "Oh yeah, all niggas ain't shit," or "all brothers ain't shit," or "all black men ain't shit," or when brothers say, "Man, all these bitches ain't shit," or "these women ain't shit," or whatever. You can't say that about all women, all men. Well, you haven't met all women and all men to say that. You can say that only about the people that you have met, the people you've met. You can't say that about everybody because you don't know everybody. So is that prejudice or racist? No, that is ignorance because you're speaking out of ignorance. You're not speaking intelligently. You're not even speaking out of knowledge. You're speaking ignorantly. You're shooting in the dark at people that you don't even know. It's ignorant. A lot of this shit is ignorance that's spoken. So we must know what we're talking about, what we're aiming at a given topic, on a given thing. So that way, the people that are affected by what we say can actually really understand so we can be understood a little bit more. You have racism, you have prejudice, and you have ignorance. Know the difference. But you don't have to be prejudiced or only racist or ignorant. No, you can embody all three of them things. And most of the times you are. Most of the time you are. You know what I'm saying? Charleston White speaks out of ignorance more time than none. He said a lot of racist and prejudiced shit that's spoken very ignorantly. You know what I'm saying? You know, the difference between Charleston White and the drill rappers is that the drill rappers are rapping about people and things or distant people that they know. Charleston White talks shit to people he don't know. That ain't just racism or prejudice, that's ignorance. You know what I'm saying? It makes him the same person as the people he's talking about, but it just he's speaking out of ignorance. Now, I'm not condoning drill rappers. I don't condone anyone who raps about. I would tell drill. I'm not against them at the same time. I would tell the brothers and sisters never talk about what you're engaged in real life because you're putting yourself in a position to be incarcerated and or killed, as you have seen many times in your life. Don't follow the same patterns that got your partners killed. Do something different. You know what I'm saying? I will never disrespect the dead or disrespect their mothers. So it's ignorant for him to speak about a drill rapper and talk about who they hurt, but he turned around and disrespected their mothers and disrespected dad himself. It's hypocrisy. This is what I'm saying. You can be ignorant to these things at the same time. It's out of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Someone that said, well, it's China Mac racist, and people make an issue because he say nigga this, nigga that. Now, me being from the Bay Area, man, from Oakland, man, you know, we're a melting pot of different races, man. You know what I mean? And the bottom line is that you got Mexicans, whites, you know what I'm saying, Asians, all grew up in the same hood. They grew up around each other, man. You know what I mean? Some of these dudes, I mean, they don't just say, when they say nigga, I mean, they call themselves niggas. I'm on a line with dudes, man, or even amongst Asians and Mexicans themselves. When they ain't no blacks around, they call each other niggas. They say, what's up, nigga, fuck you, nigga, and this, that, and the third to themselves. They ain't even talking to no blacks. They talking to themselves. They call themselves niggas. So they feel like, look, let's get some understood, black people. We don't own the word nigga. That's a word. Nigger was a word that was, and you know, that was coined to us and that was put upon us. You know what I mean? We get offended when other people use the word nigga or call themselves nigga like we own that word, man. We want to take offense to the meaning of the word, but we act like we own it. We don't own it. I don't get mad when another race uses the word nigga, especially if it ain't directed towards me. I see people getting mad because they hear other people calling each other niggas that ain't black. Why would you get mad about somebody else calling that ain't black? China Mac grew up around blacks, man. Clearly, he grew up around blacks his whole life. In this neighborhood, they use their word. That's the bottom line. If you're from them kind of hoods, you know that. If you don't get mad at Puerto Ricans for calling and using the word niggas, you can say they black or whatever it is, though, but they don't identify as blacks when they in a prison yard. They identify as Hispanic or other. They don't identify as black. So they should be considered the same way. You should have the same energy against them that you would have against a white or Asian. This not split hairs here, man. You know what I'm saying? It does not have to be an economic uh situation, you know what I mean, or oppression to be a racist. You can say something racist, it falls under racism. You can say some prejudice. You don't just have to do something or a whole race be subjugated under a certain thing in order for it to be that. You can do that. It falls under that. It's multiple levels of this shit. Let's stop splitting hairs on these definitions, man, and just start calling the spade a spade. Don't tell me that a leopard ain't got spots that just lint on his back, man. Come on, let's stop playing with the people. You know what I'm saying? You can embody all of these things. It takes education in order for you to understand them things, man. You know what I mean? So that's my spill on it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be too long winded on it. It's just some thoughts that's been on my mind, man, ever since I was on Mac Means platform earlier, and you know, been chopping it up with Yuck and them, man. You know, I always appreciate my dialogues with these dudes. It's a blessing, man, to be on these dudes platforms, man. And on mine, you know what I mean, here in the Ghost Regime, you know, this is what we touch upon, man. You know, for the time being, like I say, I got the link posted. If anybody want to pull up and have any thoughts on the dialogue, you know, like and share and subscribe to your God, man. But that's what it's about, man. You know what I'm saying? What we gotta understand is this: whether these content creators on YouTube is just speaking for the sake of clickbait or not, it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I don't take what Charleston White say too personal because I know he's not. I know why he's doing what he's doing. I know why Whack 100 does what he do. I know why Hassan Campbell or academics do what they do. You know what I'm saying? You will hear all of these dudes disrespecting each other. Then the next week you will see them on a live or sitting in the same room with each other. These dudes are co-workers, man, and they work for one specific entity, the U.S. government. That's my opinion. This is why I call it a hip hop COINTELPRO, because when you have four individuals that demean, erase, and antagonize their own race of people, say things that will get me or you cross canceled out, or at least interrogated or harassed by law enforcement in some fashion, but yet nothing ever happened to these people. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason for that. When the government lets you get away with shit, it's because you're doing their job for them. Let's understand that. Let's pay attention to history, and let's look at that for what it is. There is this hip hop COINTELPRO is real. These dudes are clearly on the job. So when you understand that somebody's on the job and what they intent is, then you got to start seeing them for who they are. When you get a man, I can never forget this incident, man, because this is what stood out. Oh, I mean, being under the circumstances that I've been up under for the last 22 years, this has really stood out to me, man. When Quando Rondo homeboy got murdered in LA, when that incident happened, man, and his partner got killed. Not even a week later was Whack 100 on Clubhouse talking about he spoke with the killers who killed Quando Rondo homie, and they told him that Quando Rondo wasn't the target. Do you see what's wrong with that picture? The killers who are at large who just murdered somebody 4 days later tell this culture vulture that they target wasn't Quando Rondo. That's not even the kicker though. You got to go on what you're not hearing from this. What I didn't hear law enforcement come out and say, well, we interrogated, question Whack 100. I didn't hear Whack 100 say, oh, I just got harassed by the police because of my communication with them. The problem with that is that if he really spoke to those killers, you know what I'm saying? You know what that is? That's accessory after the fact right there. That is punishable by law. That can get you some prison time. Why didn't this man get no? Why didn't he even spend the time a second in cuffs behind that? Why ain't we hearing about that? But these same people are on the internet talking about they got paperwork on everybody, man. Calling this person the snitch and that person the snitch, and they doing questionable shit, man. Why is when a dude talking about he just, you know, got this old recording that he had by an alleged federal agent, you know what I'm saying, on speed dial, and they all friendly with each other talking about some shit that about Larry Hoover and all these other people. Why would the feds come ask him questions that the feds already know? They got Larry Hoover under lock and key. They monitor every movement of his. It ain't nothing he can do that they don't know about. Why would they need to come ask Whack about it? I mean, play with the intelligence of children, man, but not grown-ups, man, because not all of us are dumb. Some of us attention. This hip hop COINTELPRO is real, man. Ain't no sensible people of color, man, is go engage themselves in these type of things, man. We have to get to a point where we start thinking about re-educating this younger generation correctly, man. So that way they can stop killing each other. They can start enjoying their wealth and put something to the side for their children and start preparing for their futures, man. You know what I mean? So that way we can change this mass incarceration cycle, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to pay attention to these culture vultures, man, and hold them accountable for this real shit, man. This is what I'm on. This is what I'm getting at. This is why I do what I do. I'm not on here to preach hatred. I'm not on here to be nobody's opposition, man. If I just so happen to become someone's opposition because of the truth that I'm on, then so be it, because that's what I stand on. I would never say nothing about nobody that I wouldn't say to their face. So everything I'm saying, trust me, you will see me speaking in people's faces and in their presence, man, if they man enough to do so. But I will always open that, but I'm gonna always be amongst the people though. I'm not hiding from the people, man. I'm for the people. I'm gonna be amongst the people. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I'm a part of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a product of this though. You know what I mean? We have to do better, folks. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's time, man. The time is now, bro. It's now or never, man. You gotta look at it like it's now or never, man. It's time, man. You know what I mean? The bullshit is up. The jig is up, my dudes. Men and women, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care what race you are, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's work for all of us to do. You know what I'm saying? Pick a topic, pick a title. You know what I'm saying? Pick some real estate, man, and let's get to work, though. That's what I'm doing, man. That's what everybody's supposed to be doing. Those who know better do better. Period. Or otherwise, you ain't got nothing to complain about. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start being that which we expect of other people, man. Ain't nobody coming to save us, man. Ain't no rescue coming. Ain't no help coming, man. The help is right there within you. You want to know where your help coming from? Go look in the mirror. That's where your help coming from. God gave you all of the ingredients, man. You know what I'm saying? To be the healer of whatever ill that's annoying you, that's injuring you, man. All you got to do is believe in yourself, man. Put some education and action behind it. Know how to work with others. Learn what respect is, man. Learn what respect is, because respect is mandatory in nature, man. Those who those who think they too big for nature, man. Nature have God have a way, man, of showing the baddest individual how small he really is, man. Life was, I mean, it's always gonna be something tougher than you. So learn respect before it get taught to you. That go for all of us, including myself, though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has or has exhibited some form of racism or racist tendencies at some point, even if you ain't acted on it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to subject the whole people, deprive a whole people of nothing, or pass over a whole people of anything. If you just thinking those things, man, you know that's right. It falls under that title. It's a level. I always understand that there's levels to all of this shit. It's exceptions to all of it. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop cherry picking on this shit, man. You know what I mean? When you are a content creator, you are a teacher. Whenever you're a voice and you speak publicly with multiple, where there's a multitude of people that's gonna be hearing you, you are a teacher, because somebody's gonna learn correctly or learn wrongly by you, man. You want to guide or misguide someone. Someone is gonna be influenced the right way or the bad way by what you say and what you do. It boiled down to, can you stand behind what you say? Will you stand behind what you say? If you ain't of that caliber, of that cloth, stop talking. It don't matter how much money you got, how many motherfuckers you got around you with this. Trust me, if you look at a lot of the rappers that died and you look at their videos or whatnot, right? You'll see some of them in rooms with about 50 dudes up in there. All of them got guns, right? But when these dudes got murdered, how many people was around them? None. They say FBG Ducks gun jammed on him. Rest in peace to all of these dudes. This is not a knock on it, man. This is a lesson I want us to draw from that, man, because I'm hurt by the deaths of these dudes. I think that in Chicago in general, I think if those brothers would have learned how to get over their ill, man, they'd be top of the food chain in the rap game right now. Because a lot of those dudes that died was hard as fuck. The one that hurt the most with me out of Chicago, man, is Young Pappy, man. That dude was brilliant, man. That was a brilliant young artist, man. That was a serious loss, man. Young Pappy was hard, man. Rest in peace to him. You know what I'm saying? My condolences go out to his family, to all of the fallen soldiers' families, man. Period. But we gotta take note and take lesson from all of these people, man. We have to, man. Let's get this message spread around. Let's get this message spread out there, man. So you know, yeah, like and subscribe to your guy though, man. You know what I'm saying? Pass this message forward, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be going live again. I'm gonna be going live more often, man. Ideally, I'm designed aimed at going live probably Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You know what I mean? Here on West Coast time, sometime between maybe 4:30 and 5. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't see me on here, man, you can catch me a lot of times, man, throughout the week, man, on Clubhouse. You know what I mean? With the same name, the Ghost Regime. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the house on Clubhouse. Um, you know, follow the Ghost Regime Network, my Micah Scory. No, the Ghost, the Go, the underscore Ghost underscore Network. No, the underscore Ghost underscore Regime underscore Network on Instagram, or you can follow my IG. It's posted right there after the Cash App on the ticker, as well as anybody who want to contribute and support the cause. Man, it's the Cash App right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't get monetized for all of this. You know what I'm saying? My support come directly from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated, much love, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing. I'm in it for the long haul, man. You know what I'm saying? So God bless y'all, man. And leave a comment, man, for anything, you felt anything I'm talking about, man, or you feel like there's anything you want to hear addressed. I'm gonna be doing some interviews coming up pretty soon. I got some things going on, man, and I look forward, man, to building with y'all, man. So thank y'all for tapping in with me, man. And, salute to y'all, man. I'm in here.